Good morning, Bobby and Karina.
Good morning.
I'm just checking the responses that we got, and it looks like Katie from Equus did not respond.
She did email me to let me know that more than likely she was not going to be able to make it this morning.
Okay. Okay. And we also did not get a response from Sabrina Thompson.
I would expect her to be on.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what her schedule was, but I think that she should have an opportunity to make it.
And then Karina, I did not get a response from Sheridan admin or Burlington admin. From your side of things, but I believe that they did respond via email that this time worked for them. So maybe they just didn't hit the accept button, you know.
Okay.
But you might want to just ping them in case.
I will.
Okay. Oh, John Vandermeer is in the waiting room. Hi, John. Good morning.
Good morning, Kate. How are you this morning?
Pretty good.
Wonderful.
How about yourself?
Oh, just couldn't be better. Living the COVID dream.
Right? So many fun
Every
things
day.
going on right now.
Every day.
Here's some tips and tricks.
Just being high on life, Bobby. How are you doing this morning?
Doing well. Well, I'd be lying. I'm actually a little tired, but I'm doing well overall.
There you go.
Thank you for making this 8 a.m. meeting work. Usually this is a little early for myself as well, but for our nursing home administrators, you know, they're running around and putting out fires all day. So sometimes 8 o'clock in the morning is really the best time to snag them before they get, oh, I have a Jonathan coming in now. Is that one of your admins?
That is, that's Burlington admin.
Okay, great. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
So we've got John Vandermeer and Karina from Champion Care on the line, and Bobby Nash from Equus.
All right.
Equus is the local FSET agency in your area, which stands for Food Share Employment and Training. So today we'll hear some more from Bobby about the different resources that they can provide with caregivers and you know, the referral process. Did you have any questions, Jonathan, about WisCaregiver careers before we dive too far into all the details today?
I guess, I mean, we'll wait till afterwards. I'm sure it's going to be very informative for the next few minutes. So
Okay,
I'll save questions for then.
Okay, we have another admin. Hi, good morning. I see admin user. So welcome aboard. I can update your name so everybody knows who this is. Admin user, would you mind introducing yourself?
A bajillion?
Yeah, we're,
So we have a Sybil that's going to be on the line and a Christy that's going to be on the line. Sybil is from Water's Edge in Kenosha. So Sybil, if that's you, and could unmute yourself, that'd be great. Or if that's Christy from Sheridan, if you could unmute yourself and let us know you're there, that'd be great. Or alternatively, I mean, we've had some problems with people in not being able to have their microphones work. So there's also a chat feature, so you can type in an indication of whether or not you've arrived in the chat.
okay, we have a phone number coming in, so that might be our admin user trying to get in.
There we go.
Hi there.
Hi.
262 number.
Is
Hi,
this
who just joined over the phone?
This is Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Hey.
Are you? This is John Vandermeer. Are you also on the internet as well, or are you just calling in by
Yes.
phone?
No,
Okay.
I'm on the internet too, but I don't have a microphone.
Got it.
So Christy, you're from Water's Edge or from Sheridan?
From Sheridan.
Okay, I'm just gonna update your name here so that everybody knows it's you. Okay, great. And then I'll update your admin user as well.
And it looks like your audio is connecting too, so there's going to be a
Yeah,
vortex.
I shut off the audio on the computer.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, and here was enter the waiting room admin.
I did send a message to Sybil, so we'll give her another minute or so. And if she's not on, we'll get moving.
Okay, great. Okay. While we're waiting, Jonathan and Christy, do you have any questions about WisCaregiver Careers, or Bobby, should I give you kind of just the brief rundown of what WisCaregiver Careers is all about?
If you don't mind, yeah, I would appreciate the background.
Sure. So WisCaregiver Careers is a workforce development program designed to increase the number of CNAs in the workforce in nursing homes in Wisconsin by providing free training, free certification testing, and $500 6-month retention bonuses. The program pays for the free training and the free testing, and the employers pay for the retention bonuses. We are funded by a Wisconsin Fast Forward grant, which allows us, to pay the training and the testing. And so, what we're trying to figure out today, one of the key features of WisCaregiver Careers is our partnership with FSET across the state. So this meeting here is our kickoff meeting to really get the ball rolling with FSET down in the Kenosha and Racine area. So I think one of the goals of WisCaregiver Careers as well is to help nursing homes build working relationships with their local FSET providers to help them with their recruitment and retention efforts. So one of the things that we'd like to talk about today, we've got really 3 items on the agenda. We've got the resources. So if Bobby could go over what sort of supports Equus provides to the referrals, like the people that you would be referring over to Champion Care. like pre-employment services, and then what sort of resources Equus provides to folks for job retention purposes. So we've heard from other FSETs about transportation support, childcare support, scrubs and other equipment. So just how Equus goes about it. We understand that each region in the state, each FSET provider does things a little differently. And so we just wanted to hear from you directly. Oh, here's Jonathan. He came back. I think he just must have gotten disconnected here for a second. I'm gonna let him back in. So once we get Jonathan connected again, I'm thinking maybe Bobby, you can take it away with kind of explaining what your process is, what Equus's process is for referrals and the type of supports that you give. So the resources, basically. Our three things on the agenda today are resources provided by Equus to job seekers and new job hires. The referral process of Equus referring candidates to Champion Care, and then something called a reverse referral, whereby we mean the employers with their new hires and incumbent workers referring their folks to Equus for that screening of eligibility screening for services, and then if they are found eligible, providing those job supports that Bobby will discuss. And one of our key goals here is we want to figure out who the points of contact will be, both at Equus for referrals and then also on the Champion Care side of things. And then if you've got Jonathan and Christy, if you've got CNAs that are currently in training or new hires or incumbent workers, we can talk about getting them set up and completing your first referrals or reverse referrals. So without further ado, Bobby, do you want to take it away in terms of resources?
Sure. This is the same program that provides the CNA training that went on at the state-owned facilities, the veterans' homes, what have you, like Atoma and Union Grove.
Yes. So WisCaregiver Careers launched in 2018 originally under the Wisconsin Department of Health Services as a policy initiative from DHS. And yes, I believe that the Veterans Home was one of the big participants. There was, I think, about 300 different nursing homes that participated in it the first go round. And they had a lot more funding in the first go round. I think they had like enough funding for 3,000 CNAs. In this go round, we have training funding for 500 trainees. So it's a little bit smaller than the first go round, but still, quite a few training slots that we'd like to get filled. Oh, and we've got somebody else coming in, HR, it says. So let's see here. Okay, great. It says connecting audio.
It's an imposing name. I'll have to be careful what I say now.
Right, HR's here.
The room is very quiet.
Right, everybody mind your P's and Q's. So once we get the audio set up here for our new HR attendee, then we'll let Bobby take it away in terms of resources. There we go. Hi, HR.
Hi,
I can update your name so everybody knows who you are. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
I'm Michelle,
Great. And are you with, which facility are you with?
Bay at Burlington.
Great. So we've got somebody from all three folks. Jonathan is from Water's Edge, right?
No, actually, we are missing a representative from Water's Edge, but that's okay. Let's
I'm
go
from
ahead and move
Burlington.
forward. Jonathan's from Bay at Burlington.
Oh, okay. All right. So Michelle, welcome. I'm glad you could join us.
Thank you.
Bobby Nash from Equus, which is your local food share employment and training program, who's one of our program partners, was just about to take it away with resources that Equus provides for their the folks that they refer that they will be referring to Champion Care for employment consideration, as well as the job supports that they provide for folks that are new hires or incumbent workers that are upskilling. So without further ado, Bobby, go ahead and take it away.
Good morning, everyone. So first and foremost, we, Equus was formerly known as WisCare. So if you had heard the term WisCare Workforce Services, we are the same company. Nothing changed other than just the branding. So we are WisCare Workforce Services, Equus Workforce Solutions. We're the same beast. We've been in the Southeast Wisconsin providing either W-2 and or FSET since 2013. So I think we've been doing the FSET services here in Kenosha, Racine, and Walworth counties since 2014. But our company also holds the contract for W-2 as well, which is Wisconsin Works. So we have that unique ability to do co-enrollments with our own agency, and we work very well with them. So that's a benefit of having both the FSET and the W-2 program. And then we also extend up to Waukesha, Ozaki, and Washington counties as well. We did used to have Milwaukee County for the FSET program, but recently that had transitioned to another FSET provider, which I believe you all will be working with as well. So right now we are M7 minus the big one. So it's we're looking forward to expanding our numbers. Right now, COVID has presented some problems in getting the word out and getting people engaged in the program. Right now, the FSET program, the Food Share Employment and Training, is voluntary. Previously, it was mandatory that you participate in order to receive your food share. So when unemployment was very low and there were plenty of jobs out there for individuals, if you were to receive food share, it was incumbent on you to engage with us and do a certain number of hours in order to continue to receive your food share. And that could be, those hours could be fulfilled through work experience. They could be fulfilled through job search. They could be fulfilled through training. But right now, due to COVID and due to the unemployment numbers, the state has waived the mandatory requirement for the work hours. And so participating in our program is voluntary, which makes it very difficult right now also, given stimulus checks being passed out and the extended unemployment benefits, and getting some individuals to take advantage of the many benefits that we can provide for individuals looking for work. So right now, it's our big focus is trying to use word of mouth, and I liked what you had said, Kate, about the reverse referral process. So engaging individuals and making them known that these processes are available to them, and getting them, bringing them into the FSET program is huge for us. So we look forward to expanding that. And the more employers know that this program is available and it's there to help support their workers, I think is also big as well, so that we can assist with the job retention and just helping with everyday things that go on with the workforce. So some of the resources that we're able to provide, we're able to provide job skills training. We do engage, we have job developers, we have case managers, we have facilitators that do a soft skills training and a job club. And we actually work with individuals on developing the resumes. We work with them on how to approach employers. We provide them with job leads. In many instances, we look for transferable skills. So we're finding that there are individuals that whose jobs have been lost in the area. And I'll speak from personal experience. I had to kind of transition my own self. I used to work at the dog track here at Dairyland. And, once that facility closed, there wasn't a large call for individuals that could run a TV room. And so I had to kind of transition myself into something different. So we look really hard at trying to figure out what the individual's needs and wants are, what's going to fit their skill set, and then also what what type of career is going to put them in a position to succeed in the future. And we know that the healthcare field is hot. We know there's going to be a huge need for individuals in the healthcare field, and we know that trying to get individuals to participate in healthcare career training is going to secure them future employment, so that they don't end up back where they're at, relying on public benefits. So we do try very hard at pushing healthcare careers. That being said, sometimes with some of the clients that we're working with, there are some prohibitive issues that might prevent a healthcare field, but not all. I mean, it's not. We have individuals coming in from all walks of life, especially now because it's voluntary. So we have people that sometimes we're earning six figures, and whose jobs have just disappeared, and are looking for assistance on job leads and job advocacy with some of the larger companies as well. So those are some of the resources that we can provide. The career training, the job skills training. They're going to work with the case manager, develop an employment plan. And through that process, we're going to determine if they have barriers that need to be overcome, such as transportation. We can provide bus passes. In the past, and right now it's under review, we have been able to provide internet and cell phone reimbursement. Like I said, that it's under review right now, but in the past, that's something that's been allowable. We are able to pay for uniforms, scrubs, shoes, tools, as long as it's reasonable and it's necessary to secure the employment. Those are some of the things in the past that we have been able to provide for some of the individuals. We know that somebody just starting off on a job, they don't have that extra cash to go out and buy all the stuff to get them started off on the right foot. So we are able to provide those resources for them. But we don't want to just get you the job and then hands off and see you later and we'll never talk to you again. We do track and follow up to 3 months with job retention. So once you get that employment, we're going to check back with you and see if there's anything else that you need, how you're doing on the job. We want to make sure that you stay hired at that location. We do work hard at trying to develop relationships with the employer, because if you've hired one of our participants, there's a good opportunity for possibly hiring some other of our participants. So we want to create a relationship with the employer and see if we can't help be a solution to some of your pipeline problems. So developing that relationship on the job retention side is a big benefit for us, and making sure that the employee succeeds at your location. So some of those retention services also carry over. The transportation will still continue. And like I said, some of the other resources that would, let's say 2 months after the fact, you need another set of scrubs or a different type of set of scrubs. That's something that could be addressed as well. So it's not just kind of the one and done to get you that job initially. And then the referral process, we do collaborate with many of the other agencies that are located at the job center. We're co-located at all of the job centers, but right now, obviously, we're working virtually. But so if somebody walks into the job center, they do fill out an interest form, and there's a very good chance that if they are receiving food share, they're going to get kicked to us. We do try very hard, because it is voluntary right now, to make sure that the FSET program is a viable option, that they're aware of us. We're engaged on the social media right now, trying to get the word out to get people to engage with us. But the referral process is really kind of us going to many of our partners and hoping that they're going to identify individuals that might have the need in order for them to engage and get the referral into our program. And then we're going to do our best to try to walk them through and get them started. once somebody gets started, they're going to do just a very short orientation, and then they'll make the decision if it's something that they want to engage with and follow through and enroll in the FSET. So it's not like you make the decision right away. There is an orientation, and then after you do the orientation, then you're able to make a decision whether or not you want to engage in FSET. Like I said before, there were some hours that were attached to receiving the food share and engaging with the FSET program, but right now it's voluntary, and we probably see that extending into September, October. Don't hold me to that, but right now, if I had to be a wagering man, I think it will remain voluntary up until probably September, October. So referrals are hard to come by. Offering a huge benefit like the CNA training is something that we can help certainly market and get the word out. And so any interest in from individuals that would be trying to get some sort of healthcare career training paid at no cost to them, from them is something that would attract people into our program. And we would look forward to working with them and getting them set up and then letting them loose on the world. And hopefully, you guys are looking for those same individuals. I believe you are. And I think that this is going to be a great potential partnership. And we look forward to providing whatever services we can and working with you.
Great. Now, Bobby, some of your other FSET, like some other FSETs that we've been talking with also had mentioned that they provide like assistance with enrolling in Wisconsin Shares for the childcare. Is that a service that you guys support?
It is. It's going to be a case-by-case basis. In many instances, a lot of the childcare stuff is handled on the W-2 side as well. So that's kind of where I alluded the being able to do the co-enrollments with W-2. But yeah, we do also work with the Wisconsin Shares, but it is a case-by-case basis.
Great. Now, one thing I would like to clarify for you, Bobby, on Equus's end is that while the program was like our main conduit with Equus is through FSET, anybody that you work with, anybody from any caseload is welcome to apply and be enrolled in WisCaregiver careers. So it's not exclusive to FSET. So if you're working with somebody from WIOA or from W-2 or whoever, just a member of the public, anybody can be provided the program information, the free training, free testing, $500 retention bonus, and referred over to Champion Care for consideration of employment. So yeah, so cast a wide net. Anybody that you're working with, we who has an interest in being a CNA at a nursing home, I think would be Champion Care would appreciate the referral. One question I wanted to mention in talking with some other FSET, this is our fourth FSET meeting of the week between Karina and John Vandermeer and myself. So we've kind of gotten the tour of FSET across the state now. With social media, with some of our other FSET, John had been able to provide like the handles of all the local Champion Care facilities so that you could cross post, like each other's pages and kind of connect folks up that way. So John, would that be some information that we'd be able to share with Bobby in case that, when you're doing your social media outreach?
Yeah, I think that'd be a phenomenal opportunity to, cross-fertilize promotion about the program, facilitate engagement. If we can share information about the program through the Equus Facebook page, we can certainly do that. But also, you can feel free to like at Bay at Burlington. And Bobby, I'll send you all the Facebook handles so you can find these pages directly.
And I do manage our Facebook and our website. So the Facebook page is Game Change WI, and so it should hopefully pop up just from searching that. But so that's fairly easy there. And then our website is gamechangewi.org. So
Yeah.
it's
And
Great.
we've got
Yeah. I mean,
Sybil joining us.
certainly anything that we can do to, promote the program, facilitate engagement. But I think that one of the things that we're really trying to do as much as possible because, Jonathan, Christy, and Sybil, who just joined, are all, the heads of their buildings. And they have their teams and their facilities. We want to do whatever we can to help them have the resources that they need to be successful in working with you directly to try and find people who want jobs and are very interested in helping their neighbors and helping, frail older adults who need assistance in our facilities to find meaningful work and a meaningful career in frontline caregiving. And certainly we have a lot of opportunities for placement and really good jobs in our facilities, both in Kenosha and in Burlington. So obviously would like to promote that and facilitate that partnership in any way that we can.
And one thing I'll also add in there for Bobby's point of view is one thing that makes this program different is that folks are going to be earning a wage while in training. So they are getting the training for free. They don't have to pay anything for the training. They don't have to pay anything for the certification exam. And they are also earning while they learn. So that's a big difference compared to like say a tech college program or a private training program. The training is going to be done in-house at these championship care facilities. So that especially with folks who need to earn a living ASAP, it's a big difference. There is a wage increase associated with the training. So they start at a certain wage, and then once the training is complete, they get a wage increase. And so, yeah, so I think that those are the main highlights in terms of resources. And now that we've got Sybil on too, let's talk about the referral process. So Jonathan, Christy, and Sybil, the question to you is, who would you like to be the point of contact in your building to receive the referrals from Equus and Bobby's team? Is there, in our pilot site up in Oconto, there was an HR specialist who was my point of contact and the FSET point of contact, and it's worked well because with enrollment in the program, you just need to fill out a simple form, but it seems like the HR team has all of the information that's needed to fill out the form. And so, you're more than welcome to have yourself be the point of contact. But if you've got somebody in HR, like perhaps Michelle or somebody who is involved in the CNA hiring process and would have the wherewithal to have access to the HR file, so like date of birth information, social security number information, those type of things. Our grant with the DWD requires us to track that sort of data so that we are able to substantiate that this training money is being spent on real humans. Not a fly-by-night organization type of thing. So that's my question to you, Christy, Jonathan, and Sybil. Who would you like to be the point of contact in your building?
This is Christy, and we will have Ashley, the business office manager. She's HR too, so she would be the point of contact.
Okay, Ashley, business
office
manager. Got it. That's great. Manager.
And for Burlington, we'll have Michelle, our HR director, be on that contact, please.
Okay, so Burlington, and that's Michelle who's on the call right now, right?
That is correct.
Burlington, Michelle. And is your title HR specialist or office manager, business office manager?
HR professional.
Okay, HR professional, great. And then Christy, what is Ashley's email?
It's BOM at bay-sheridan.com.
Sheridan.com. gmail.com. And then, Jonathan, what's Michelle, or Michelle, you're on the call. What is the email address for you?
It's HR at
HR
bay-burlington.com.
Burlington.com. Okay. After this call, I will put together a little memo describing like what Bobby had said, you know, the resources, and then I'll have everybody's contact information in there and I'll send it around to everybody. You can review what I have in there. If I got anything wrong or you want to add more detail to it, you are free to, you know, send it back to me saying, can you change this or that? I just think it's nice to have everybody have something to refer back to, so that once we actually start these referrals and reverse referrals, if there's a question as to how to go about it, you've got a resource to look at. Finally, Sybil, who would you like the contact at Water's Edge?
Sybil is having speaker problems, and in the chat, she indicated that she wanted the business office manager on there.
Okay.
And Kate, I'm going to send you all of these emails in an email.
Perfect. Perfect. Great. And then do we have names for it? So I've got Michelle, Ashley, and then, yeah, if we could just have like a name also for the business office manager at Water's Edge, just so, and that looks like Sybil's trying to get on with her iPhone here. So
it looks like Nicole Anderson is the business office manager. She put that in the chat.
Okay, great. So then the second question, after we have established the point of contact, is what information would you like the referrals to contain? Is there an application form that you would like them to fill out? Or would you just like them to submit name, phone number, email, have the HR team reach back out to them? We want to try to fit in with your processes as much as possible, not try to force anybody into a certain mold. So we want to work with you on what works best. So what sort of information, Jonathan, would you like the referral to contain?
Wait, what was that?
Like when they send over referrals to you from Equus, what do you want them to send? Do you just want them to send name and phone number or resume, or
Yeah, and there's any experience that they have.
Okay, resume. Okay, and then Burlington, what would you like them to send?
Well, I am Burlington.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Moving
So
over to
Burlington.
Sheridan.
Sheridan.
A resume, or, I mean, we could send you guys an application and they could fill it out too. It's however you want to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
the application really works better because then it
Yeah.
has the background check form on it and everything.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
The folks up in Oconto, that's what they're doing, is they just
Okay.
provided the application form to FSET, and then their case managers can work with the referee on filling that form out and getting you all the info you need. So that was at Sheridan, right? Yeah, Sheridan, right?
Yeah.
So Christy will send employment form?
Yep, I will send the application and the background check form.
Okay, great. Application form. And background check. Okay.
Who do I send it to?
You can send it to me. You can send it to me, or
Okay.
if you send it to me, I'll make sure that Bobby gets it.
Okay, all right, thanks.
And so
okay, and then I agree with Christy, the application. I think I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yes, great.
Okay.
Application form, and do you have the same form as Christy, or you have your own form?
No, it should have the same.
I think that all the applications have, like, your Sybil would have Waters and mine has Sheridan on it.
Yeah, just a different emblem, for the logo,
Yeah.
logo with the name.
Yeah.
So do you want to just use that same one that Christy's going to send me, or do you want the one that with your logo on the top?
Probably our logo, if that's okay.
Sure. Can you send that to me then?
Yes.
Okay, so Sybil will send. Jonathan, do you want to do the application form, or you want to stick with resume? Oh, I think he dropped off. We're going to stick with resume for Jonathan at Burlington. Unless, Michelle, you have a different process that you prefer.
it might be easier to do the application versus the resume.
Okay, yeah, because you're gonna need that eventually anyway,
Right.
you know? So might as well get that info that you need to get the ball rolling, you know? So,
Yes.
so Michelle, will you send me the form then too?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I will.
Michelle will send form. Okay, great. So Bobby, we'll send you the forms. Then when you've got somebody who's interested in applying, the case managers can help with the form. Okay. Now, on your end, Bobby, are you going to be the one to send it, or is there going to be people, like individuals that are assigned like to each of these, or who's going to be the point of contact on Equus's end for this?
Yeah, typically Sabrina does run point for a lot of our employer specific referral processes, but at this point in time, I can certainly do it. I have the bandwidth. So if you just want to use me right now, then that's fine as the point of contact.
Okay. So when you've got a person who's interested in working at one of these three places, you will be the one to email Ashley, Michelle, or Nicole.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And then I've got your email already, robert.nash, right?
Correct.
Okay. So then let's talk about the reverse referral process. Okay, that is the process whereby Champion Care. So just so you know, Michelle, Sybil, and Christy, and Jonathan, you can enroll anybody you want in WisCaregiver careers, and we will pay for the training and testing. That includes individuals who apply to your website, individuals who apply through word of mouth or friend referral, or anybody who comes to your door interested in being a CNA. They are eligible for the program. Also, you can enroll your incumbent staff. So say you've got somebody in housekeeping or in laundry or front desk or whatever who is interested in upskilling to be a CNA, we can pay for their training and their testing. So when you get somebody like at your door, either a new applicant or an incumbent worker who you'd like to enroll, what I would suggest is the process would be the point of contact in your buildings would send an email to myself and the point of contact at Equus, which would include the enrollment form, okay, and the contact information in order for that person to be contacted for eligibility screening and potential FSET services. If that process, do you think that process would work for you? Or you just email myself and Bobby. Bobby, would you like to be the point of contact for reverse referrals first? Let's establish that.
Yes, please.
Okay, so when you guys have somebody you want to enroll in the program, you send me an email and Bobby an email with that enrollment form and the contact information. And then Bobby, your team or yourself would reach out to that person, walk them through what the questions are for eligibility. And then if they fit, you'd add them to your caseload. If not, then you just let us know. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that's good for me. Well, one of the other options, and I so if you go to our website, if you go to the gamechangewi.org, there's a start now button, a yellow start now button. You click on that and it asks basically 4 or 5 pieces of information that it condenses that, sends me an email, and then typically I forward that on to the intake team, and then we reach back out and contact the individual. And that's how we get the majority of our referrals that come in for individuals that they want more information.
Oh, that works great. So what was the website?
It's gamechangewi.org.
wi.org. Okay.
Yep. And then there's a little start now button at the top right. And if you click on that, then it just asks a few simple questions. And then it provides enough information. It's not too heavy. It's not asking for a social or anything like that, but it does ask for your date of birth and your name and where you live. And that's enough information for our intake team to kind of go through and see if you're in the system, try to find you, so that they kind of have an idea of if you have an open food share case, and what your eligibility status might be. And then it also provides contact information for them to reach out to you via phone or email. And then so we try to reach back out to them and have that conversation, and then move them forward in the process.
Wonderful. I mean, considering that you got this great form up on the website, I think that is the process we should use. Because our goal, again, is to try to build this working relationship between all of the Champion Care sites and Equus. And if this is the process, we want to have Champion Care, learning what those processes are. Jonathan, Sybil, and Christy, does it sound okay to you to just have the HR person who would be sending me the enrollment form also filling out this online form for the individual?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, great. So use
I think
online form.
it would simplify it, I would think. And then also just, make sure that they mention that, that it's the, part of the CNA program. And then my intake team would be alerted to that fact. So we'd be able to track it accordingly.
Great. Do you want them to CC you on the email they send to me, just so you have a heads up that someone's coming in for WisCaregivers?
Yeah, that okay. Everything that goes in through that website, I get, I'm able to screen. So, and then I forward accordingly.
Okay, great. So the process will be the Champion Care point of contact initiates an email to Kate, CCing Bobby, attaching the enrollment form for WisCaregiver Careers. I receive the email and I will respond back saying, I have received this, your funding, the funding for this person has been reserved. That's basically, once I receive that email with the enrollment form, that person's funding is set aside for them. They're paid for, basically. And then Bobby would just be CC'd as a heads up that the enrollment form has been submitted, or the online form for Equus eligibility screening has been submitted. Okay, great. Now, one thing I forgot to kind of close the loop on under our second item, the referral process, is after the referral happens, so after Equus refers somebody over to Champion Care using that application form or resume, once you have made the hiring decision, Champion Care folks, you'll need to submit the enrollment form to me, again, to secure that person's funding. So when you email me that form, Bobby, would you also like to be on that email so you know the outcome of whether this person was hired or not?
Absolutely. I mean, yes.
Okay.
We need to know outcomes.
Great. And from our process, or from the WisCaregiver career standpoint, and I'm sure from Bobby's standpoint too, if the person does not get hired, we also want to know that, so that if there is something we can do to improve, like the pre-screening, that, before people get to your door, to make sure, if there's a pre-qualification quality of whatever you're looking for, if we're sending you people that don't hit what you need, we want to know that, so that we can improve that and get you people that'll fit what you're looking for. So, so the process there would be Bobby's team emails Champion Care. Champion Care follows their normal hiring processes, their screening and hiring process. And then once the final decision is made, they the folks at Champion Care circle back with Kate and Bobby to either enroll the person in WisCaregivers if they are hired, or to let us know why the person didn't work out. To the extent that you're comfortable divulging that information. You don't have to go into any great detail, but if it's something like didn't pass background check, that's something we need to know. Bobby, one of the resources that we've provided to other FSET providers is a list of different background requirements.
Yes.
There's like a list of disqualified individuals, and there's CCAP, and there's like 3 different ones. I will include those on the memo that I send out so that you've got them. Those are really the best resources we can provide about having those background check conversations. Like, we're not expecting Equus to run background checks, because that is part of the hiring process on Champion Care's end of things. But if Equus could build into their referral process before you refer somebody, having that conversation that, if these types of things are in your background, this is probably not going to be worth your time, because we don't want to waste people's time either,
Sure. Well,
Um,
in the past, we have done background checks. I can double check and see if that's something that we still are able to do. Because we don't want to put somebody into a training position if they're not able to, receive that certification on the outset. So, in the past, we have done the background check, so I can check and see if that's something that we can't do on our program.
Well, WisCaregiver Careers pays for the background check as part of the training. And
Okay.
so I wouldn't want you to have to use your resources for something that's going to happen anyway, and that Champion Care is going to be reimbursed for as part of their training reimbursement. I think just having those conversations, and maybe just having the person fill out like the form that is associated with the application, because once you fill that out, if you provide the actual information, the true information, Champion Care is going to be able to look at that and say, this is a no-go or a not, So I don't want you to have to spend your resources that way,
Right.
considering that it's already going to be, it's going to be paid for elsewhere. But yeah, I think those pre-conversations are really important to have. So I think we've got the resources, we've got the referral process covered, and we've got the reverse referral process covered. Did anybody have any questions about any of this, or WisCaregiver Careers, or anything that we can help clarify before we wrap it up?
Hey,
So
just
now,
very
is
quickly.
this effective immediately, or? when is this-
Yes, actually, yes. If you have somebody in your training program right now, I would
Yes,
like to enroll them. Yes, and I would like to
Okay.
pay you for them. Like I mentioned,
Okay.
we've got these 500 training slots that we need to use up before next year.
Okay.
And so yes, if you've got folks that are in training, we would like to enroll them. One point that I would like to make clear for everyone though is we can't have double reimbursement. So if you get reimbursed from WisCaregivers, you cannot also get reimbursed from Medicaid for the training costs. And our reimbursements though are like $655, which is way better than what Medicaid provides. And then we reimburse $125 for the tests. So we hope that this will help you guys financially in terms of covering the costs of training, the full costs. So yes, so please, if you've got anybody, so Sybil, you've got one person or more than one person?
I'm sorry, I have about 3 now.
Great. Send them on over. I will, in the memo that I send to everybody, I will have an in-text link to our enrollment form. So you've got it handy in that memo. So it would just, Sybil, it would be a matter of doing that reverse referral process for those folks. So just having them fill out the online form, and for Equus, and then the enrollment form for me. And then you just email them over to us and we'll reserve the funding for them.
Okay, all righty, got it.
Great. Now, Michelle, do you have anybody over at Burlington that you could send over to me?
No, I don't right now.
Okay. Do you guys have an emergency nurse aid training program going?
We send them over to Kenosha to get trained.
Okay, great. And then Christy, do you have anybody you want to send to me?
Yeah, I think I've got 10.
Awesome. Wow. That would be great. That would be great. And so then Bobby, you're gonna get this kind of critical mass of folks coming over. So they'll be at least 13 over to you. I don't know if you want to batch them or have like one person kind of overseeing everybody involved in that. But yeah, that sounds great. That sounds like a lot of good folks. Perfect. Okay, so then I'll just make a little note here that, so Christy, so you know what to do in terms of the reverse referral?
Yes, I'm good.
Great. And then Sybil, you said 3. Awesome. Oh, I'm happy. Yeah, we've got, I think 3 people already signed up in training from Oconto, maybe 5. I think maybe 5. But yeah, it's like, we've got 500 to go. So every single one is, this feels like a victory at this point. Okay, great. John or Karina, does anybody else have any questions or anything that they'd like to go over before we wrap it up?
Yeah, so just a couple of quick things that I want to mention. So first of all, I included Bobby's email in the chat, just so everybody has that information and so that they can be in touch with him directly. Thanks for that, Bobby. And then
my pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I mean, the one of the things that I didn't necessarily think about, Kate, and this is just sort of an open communication moment. I think that all of our Medicaid cost reports are done at the home office and are done by Champion personnel. So anything relative to concerns about double dipping, we will have to make sure, and this is something I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of while I was thinking of it, Karina. We want to make sure that, you know, folks at Champion Care that have responsibilities over Medicaid cost reports are aware of that relative to this program. So we're not double dipping, you know, as far as Medicaid billing is concerned, because, you know, Medicaid billing fraud is never fun. And
always good to avoid that.
Right. That's I think I heard that somewhere. And then let's see here. I guess I just also generally say, I mean, time is of the essence here. I mean, this Champion has a unique opportunity. We are the pilot company in the entire state of Wisconsin that is participating in this program. And we have an incredible opportunity to get the training, the testing paid for, and additional resources available from monies through the FSET agency, like scrubs and so forth, paid for people who could be great caregivers in Burlington and Water's Edge and Sheridan. And I mean, I just really encourage people to use this program and strike while the iron's hot, because you know, this program is going to be expanded to the entire state, and we want to use it as much as we can, and also, you know, try and build a long-term relationship with Equus and Bobby. You know, I mean, this is an additional source of referrals for our facilities, and the people who are, you know, coming through Equus's doors are individuals who need jobs, who want to work, who are looking for opportunity. And, you know, it just so happens that Champion Care and, you know, all of your facilities have incredible opportunities for meaningful work, where that people can be frontline caregivers and make a living and a difference in their communities. So I just want to put all of those things out there. That time is of the essence. And Karina, I'll hand it over to you in case you have any other final thoughts.
Not much to say after that, John. I would agree. I mean, and thank you, John, for those words. But let's really take advantage of this. This whole program can really be such a positivity for all of our communities. So that's all I'll add. Thank you, John, for your words.
May I ask one question though? May I ask one question before we get off? we currently have people that went through our in-house nurse training program that we have, but they have not been tested yet. So would we still be able to, get them in on this? Or
Let me think about that. Have you already submitted the Medicaid reimbursement for them? Because our funding, we've had this funding going since last year. And so as long as they've been trained within the funding period, I think I could pay for their training and then also their testing. As long as their training costs haven't already been submitted to Medicaid.
okay, I'll have to check with that.
But yeah, I mean, I'll see about, I'll ask my grant specialist at DWG. So if someone's trained under a different funding stream, so like say that the training has already been submitted, can test be paid for and not training, and then have them still considered one of our trainees, and test be paid.
Sybil, have you submitted any of that training, or they're just in the process in your building of doing training?
Yeah, no, I haven't submitted anything. I'm not sure if, Mitzi, with those classes they went through, if they had submitted that already.
Because
Gotcha.
all the people that I have, Karina, are the same way. Mitzi trained them and stuff, and I don't know about anything else. Like, they're just waiting to take their test.
Gotcha.
Right.
All right, I'll reach out to Mitzi just to verify any
Okay.
submission that she's done.
Okay.
And yeah, from my point of view, as long as they were trained between July 1st and the present day, then they would be within our grant period. I'll ask about if they were trained under a different funding source, training funded elsewhere. Can they still count as one of our trainees, for the grant? Because like the grant requires that we train 500, that 425 complete training, that 319 get certified. Like we have to show results from the funding that they gave us, Okay, cool. I'll reach out to her and get clarification too on that. But yeah, if they haven't submitted their funding elsewhere, I can't see why we wouldn't be able to, as long as we got the enrollment data and everything, that using that form. That's all I need to be able to submit a reimbursement request to the state.
Okay.
Great. Well, it's about 9 o'clock. Does anybody have anything else that they wanted to go over, or shall we wrap it up?
I just want to thank you guys for having an opportunity to speak to you and to work with you on this. And then also, if you come across anybody, even outside of the normal workday that needs assistance, please feel free to share the GameChangeWI.org website with them, have them kind of go through it. We have some great resources in there, some videos about kind of what the process is. And then, if they want to find out more information, just to go ahead and click on that Start Now button. And then, have that conversation with our intake team to see if it's something that they want to go through with. But again, right now, it's a terrific opportunity to take advantage of these resources, especially while it's voluntary. There's no, there's no mandatory hours that you have to complete in order to take advantage of these things right now. So the time is now if you want to take advantage of some of the trainings and the resources. So just feel free to share that as much as you can. And it's really kind of word of mouth right now is really, it seems like the only way that we can get the word out.
Great. Well, wonderful. Yeah. So yeah, for Christy, Sybil, and Jonathan and Michelle, if you've got, again, incumbent workers who you think might be able to benefit from the resources of Equus, regardless of their interest in becoming a CNA and regardless of their interest in WisCaregiver careers, that Start Now button could be a real help to people who are working in your facilities right now and might be able to support you in your retention efforts for your lower wage staff. Like again, your laundry, your housekeeping, your front desk, those types of roles. So a good resource regardless of WisCaregiver careers. And that's what we're hoping for. It's all about that relationship building. So thank you, Bobby, and everyone on the call for your participation. And yeah, let's get those referrals going, and we'll get it rocking and rolling.
Thank you.
And also, if there's anything else I can answer as far as just general workforce stuff, we collaborate. I've been there for quite a while, and I'm part of the business service team at the local job centers. So I can, if you have a question, even if it's not about FSET, I can certainly, help you and find the answer for you. So, feel free to think of me as just kind of the workforce resource at your local job center. And I'll do what I can to get the answers for you.
Great. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Kate.
And
Bye-bye.
nice weekend. Bye, everyone.